Hello, everybody.
Hey.
My glasses are filthy. They look like somebody licked them.
It had a little speck on it, it looked like.
Yeah, well, I've been totally off the subject of YouTube, but I'm actually making homemade cat food for my cats. And
Like
that's what I was
gourmet
doing.
cat food or what?
Yeah, so I'm boiling up chickens. It's actually cheaper than going and buying cat food. I was like, this is ridiculous. For 48 little containers, it was like $30. So I'm
Oh,
like, I
gee.
bet I could make this cheaper. Oh, 10 times cheaper. So like I can make the same amount for $7.
Oh,
So I was
wow.
like, yeah, I'm like, this is a
It's a
no-brainer. So
whole
I just
new YouTube channel, gourmet kitty food.
the problem with all of that, when you do stuff like that, there's always a group of people like, you're killing your cats. And like, you get like, I'm not mentally prepared enough for that, you know?
You're just not ready for the comments, huh?
No, I'm just not ready for it. But,
I don't
anyways,
blame you. I don't blame you.
there's one thing I know about YouTube is that you're always going to have bad comments, no matter what
Right?
niche, no matter what niche you're in. So, anyways,
Yeah.
so this week I wanted to tell everybody, I've been noticing, and I'm sure you have too, Joe, that one of the groups that Malcolm and I run together, there's been lots of questions coming up, and I'm sure it's because it's become in the next year and business has slowed for a lot of people because there isn't any inventory. But people are wondering, like, what's the best class for YouTube real estate, like anything related to YouTube and real estate. And of course I'm going to toot my own horn. I think we've created the best class, but I mean, we've taken the best classes
Right.
and some of the worst
Right.
classes. So let's just go over some things. What makes a good course, a good real estate YouTube course? So what do you think is probably the biggest thing?
Uh, that's a really big question. I'm one of these guys that have like I've taken a lot of courses on a lot of different things, right?
Uh-huh.
And I probably the one you consider the source, right? Who's teaching you? Are they really an expert at it, or are they just selling you the sizzle? Do they have like something to back it up? I think that's probably the number one thing that I would look at is when Daryl offered his beta group, and I was like, well, nobody knows YouTube like this guy, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to join. Obviously, you did as well,
Right.
and things have skyrocketed for you because of that. And so I think that that's probably the first thing that I look at. And then the next thing that I would look at on a course and things, if I'm trying to get better at something, is how well are they at educating? Like, how good are they at getting the message across? Because it's one thing to understand how to do something, and it's something totally different on how to teach that skill. And so if it's not presented in a way that makes sense, then I think you lose a lot of people and you lose a lot of value. So I think that that's probably the next thing. And accessibility, like how easy is it to access the course? Is it something that's online? Is it forever? Is it, are you limited? Like with a theme so big as YouTube, like you can't learn all of that in a 24-hour crash course or something like that.
I think
So
I've learned something about picking out people for courses. So, like I used to say back in 2017, when I used to get courses, I'm like, as real estate agents, we are inundated with $500 courses. Everything was $500, no matter what you did. All the certificates and all the little alphabets you got behind your name with another $500. Everything was $500. But then I started like trying to implement some of the things that the knowers of all were telling me to do to build business. And I'm like, this is not who I am. This is not working for me. And then that's when I got into the whole YouTube thing. But I learned a very valuable lesson, which was how to investigate the person teaching it. So I like, first off, they always have people at the bottom that like give them a review. And
yeah.
I search out those people. I search them out, and I want to make sure that what they said then is this how they feel about it now, especially if the review is over a year old. right? So is
Right.
that information that they learned over a year ago still just as valuable to them? And is it, is it up to date for what, like, is it still the same? Because people, I mean, all the time in courses, they're like, oh, as soon as you get finished, write us a review, write us a review. I mean, we do it too, but I want to know, was it worth it to them a year later? The
Right.
second thing is that usually in their advertising, they make some kind of claim like, I've sold X amount because of this, or I have this many transactions under my belt because of this. And so what I do, because I'm a jerk, well, and I don't want to waste my money anymore, is I actually go to somebody that I know in that area and say, hey, check their MLS out and tell me,
How many
like,
deals
if they,
they've done.
how many deals really are under their name, like, is it just them, especially when they say, well, as a single agent, I did this many deals
Right.
last year. Is that true? If they have a team, how much did their team do? Because they have, in our MLS, that you have to register the team and the individual agent.
Right.
So I want to know all that. So then that's another way I find out. And then I go back around again one more time. If that ends up being true, I find somebody that just took their course recently, because people are always updating the course.
Right.
Somebody that took it a year ago, then investigate who they are and what their claims are, if they're true. And then the last thing I do is I make sure that the newer students are getting the same kind of treatment as the students did a year ago, because that can change as well. So
Right.
that's how I investigate somebody. And that's what everybody should be doing, no matter what the course is, whether it's YouTube or any other social media course. Because I saw somebody just recently doing a course for real estate agents and it had to do with creating ads on Facebook and how you use your pixel to capture people's information, and that you're supposed to use this order of videos and you put them on these social media sites, and then you do all these ads on your Facebook business page, and it's supposed to, that would have worked 4 years ago. The way that Facebook works now, it does not work that way. It's not going to work that way, and you're not going to have the same success as that person. So, I mean, you just have to really, really, really be careful, because everybody's trying to sell you something. The best way to make money off of real estate agents is to sell things off of real estate agents.
Right.
So,
I think that's the other thing, is that, like, we get into people that are, they get to a point, either they hit a ceiling or they hit a plateau, and they want to go to the next level. And part of it is aligning yourself with a group that is going to help you get there. So it's not just, well, the course did it. Like, it's also like the community that's in that course. And if you have a bunch of givers in a course, and you have a community that you've built because of that, and it stems from the very, very top down, right? And so, like, if you have those type of people, then naturally everyone is going to be lifted up because of the way the community is built. And I do think that our course really, really does a good job, because of the Discord and all of the things that we do, to where we help each other. And and again, I'm tooting our horn a little bit too, is that it really does. We've created a community of givers, and that's really awesome when someone that has gone through the course and they're still around, they're still active, they still want to do this stuff. And not only that, but now they're giving good advice to other students that were struggling where they were, before they took the course. And so, like, that kind of a community, I think, is also really, really important, is when you have a good community to help you, and your goals are all the same, to grow on YouTube, to get organic leads, and to make as much money as possible. Like, that's what I love about that.
I concur. Honestly, I concur. But I will say that like, a culture of a group can really make all the difference in the world.
100%.
Yeah. So if you start a course and people say it was so wonderful, and then you happen to be in with a batch of people that totally suck as people, you're just going to have a bad experience with that course.
Yeah.
I've seen that happen too. Like, oh, this was so great. And then you have the next group of people, and they're just a bunch of slugs, and they're not willing to put in the effort. And then it gives you low energy, right? So then you're not like, well, they're thinking that it doesn't work. Maybe it doesn't work. And then you end up not doing it and waste your money. So like that would be a tip I tell anybody, that like whenever you take a course, don't just do it once. You got to go through it a couple times, because you probably missed something the first time around. I promise you that. That happens in our group all the time.
Right.
Do you mind if I share what the Discord looks like so they get an
No,
idea?
go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. All right. I'm just going to share this really quick, because I want you guys to see how this works for us. So, normally you have like Facebook groups that people do for courses and everything. And then you have other groups, they all have a different way that we all communicate. Well, this is our Discord. So you would land in here, and then you would have a little introduce yourself, and people get to know one another. And then we have the link to the Zoom meeting. And then we haven't had our geek of the week yet, but those are usually, we have a geek of the week whenever somebody is really putting in the effort and becoming a shining star that specific week. Like they really rose to the top, and then we recognize them as being the geek of the week. And then we talk about random stuff where it comes to be like, like some new microphone was coming out, or there's some new rule that came out through YouTube. It doesn't really relate to the course itself, but people should know it. So we put that in the general chat. We have a pledge for our course that you have to sign in order for you to continue on in the course. So you have to sign the pledge saying you're going to stay dedicated. And then it's broken down to each section of the course, so you can ask your specific questions in each section, and then Joe and I will answer them. And then we talk about your avatar. And then we talk about your playlist. Everybody puts their playlists in. And then, of course, we're always doing thumbnail reviews and talking about thumbnails and giving our feedback on those. So we talk about your hook. We have a whole section for that. And then one thing that's very different than most YouTube real estate courses is that you can submit your videos for review. We watch it frame by frame and give you feedback on it whenever you turn one in. Sometimes it will be in the Discord where we give you that feedback, but most of the time it's on a live stream that we have every Thursday night. After we finish this live stream, we actually go and jump on to our course, and we help everybody that's signed up to the legacy group, and they can ask their questions. And then, like I said, we literally will watch your videos all the way through, even if you submitted them 3 times.
Yeah.
So, anyway, and then we talk about sharing your wins. Everybody's got videos that end up taking off, and they like to share those, and it's really great to see. Then we have accountability partners, because one of the things that we've learned as coaches, that the people that have the most success are the people that have somebody else in the group that's going through it together. So that way you guys can lift each other up. Everybody who's in our group knows this, but you guys that are listening probably don't. But Joe was my accountability partner back in 2019 when I started Channel Jumpstart with Daryl Eves, and Joe was my accountability partner. And we had other people in that group. They drifted away, but he was the one. Yeah, they fizzled away, but Joe was the one I stuck to like glue. And of course, there'd be periods of time we didn't talk very much, but then we always pick back up. He's always been my accountability partner, and here we are today. We would not even have this course if it wasn't for him being my accountability partner. So we have a little fun here. So we always post our pets when everybody wants to like show off their pets. It's mostly me doing that because I love showing off my animals. And then we have, if people are in the course and they've taken the course, we actually have an affiliate program for them. And if you bring somebody on, we give you some money for bringing on other people to be geeks. So, and then, and this was another thing. There were a bunch of us that went to Vid Summit. So we had a little Vid Summit hookup meet up here. So this is where everybody was talking in there. And that's it. That's the Discord. That's how we talk to one another. But one more thing I want to tell you is that when we have our Zoom calls on Thursdays, we record them because we want you to be able to reference them back. Because in some cases, you're showing houses, you can't be there for that one-on-one coaching that Joe and I do on Thursdays. So we have it we have a Facebook page. The only thing we put on there are these live streams.
Yeah.
The Zoom call and this live stream right here. That's the only thing we stick on there. But that's the only reason we that we keep it there, so it's easy and accessible for you as students to go back. We actually date it, the date that it was actually posted, so that we can always go back and reference back. We used to have the whole group on Facebook, but honest to God, Facebook groups are the pits when you're starting out brand new. They were awful, 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 awful. But that's, to me, that's what makes us different is anytime anybody posts in there, we're pretty lickety spit quick getting back to them. Sometimes not as, but most of the time, 99.9% of the time we are.
Well, the other thing too, I think, is that, you know, the thing that's most important and what we want is that they have access to the course 24/7, so they can go back and rewatch stuff. And as you learn and grow, you get better at stuff. And so being able to go back and go, oh my gosh, I didn't even remember that, or I totally forgot this. They go back to the course, and they can go back onto Discord and be like, okay, guys, do I have this right? Because I've thought about this, and the course was so like full of stuff that my head hurt that I didn't have time to really soak in that. But now that I'm going through it for the third time, I've figured this part out, and I really, really want to help like get this portion that now I'm understanding better. And a lot of it has to do with, you know, thumbnail design. It has to do with like the anatomy of a video, making sure that their hooks are good. Like we even do reviews on hooks. That's how important like those things are to us. And so, but it's one of those things where we're also constantly updating the course. So if there's something that comes out that's new, then we update the course to reflect that, so that the information is up to date. And I think that, you know, a lot of courses, they'll just, it's a numbers game, man. I'm going to put it together as fast as I can, and then I want to just push it through and sell as many as I can. We are on, I mean, we've had a lot of internet gurus reach out to us and say, hey, if you got an affiliate program, let us sell your course for you. And both Kristina and I are like, we don't want to do that. Like, that's not our goal. We want to grow the right way. And we honestly believe that our course is the best course for real estate agents that want organic leads and want to expand their horizons. And I think the biggest thing is most of our students that went to Vid Summit walked away with it going, this is so much bigger than I realized. It's so much more than just getting a lead on YouTube. And so those are things that we try to like, those are the value that we bring to this is teaching them, because you could spend a lot of money going to a real estate conference, but I just personally don't think that you're going to get the value that you will going to Vid Summit.
Right. And because you learn that you can make your YouTube channel more than just getting leads for buying and selling. You can really turn your channel into a business. So we actually have some new modules that are coming out for people that have already finished the course, and you'll always have access to that once you're a student. But it's about affiliate marketing and sponsorships and how to do that. I'm going to talk in those videos. It's going to be talking about how you negotiate those and how the contracts work. So that way you have a better understanding, and I'll give a template for a contract in that. Joe has something that's going to be coming out that shows you exactly using AI to identify your avatar and monitor comments. And he has a whole course for that, but that's going to be given access to our students as part of the course at that top tier level. Because we do have 3 different tiers. That's what some people need to understand. So if you've never done YouTube before, we have a course that's like $100. I mean, honestly, it's not that. It's just like, this is a channel. This is how you put in a profile picture. This is how you do a banner, you know, just the basics of YouTube broken down just for you to understand. And, you know, some of the compliance stuff that you should know because you're a real estate agent. That's in that mini course. And then the second tier is for people that they want to do it on their own. They don't need Joe and I help. They don't want any hand holding, and they don't want that lifetime coaching. Because right now, the way we have it set up for now is that it's lifetime coaching, like group coaching. You'll always have access to Joe and I for just under $3,000. Every Thursday night we're there. Every Thursday night we're there. So, I mean, it's not, it probably won't stay that price forever, but for now it will. And then you'll always have access to the other things that we use or are developing for our students, as long as you get in on the top tier.
Yeah, and
So
I mean, I think that, and that's kind of like what we want is the ones that are investing. We want to invest with, we want to invest in them as well. So we're looking at it as, what can we do to help you if you have those aspirations? And I will put this out there that a lot of people will sell the sizzle and they'll sell the excitement and all that. We don't do that. We sell that it's hard work, and we sell that you have to like be consistent, and that you have to just dig in and realize that it's a grind, but it's worth it if you'll stick to it. And so we really try to help our students understand that, and then we're there every step of the way for them and with them, because it's really, really exciting to see a student's video take off. And then it's also a little disheartening when the next video plops and they're like, why did it not go as well? And you have to go through and you have to analyze and adjust, and you have to talk to them. Yeah. And and this is because you're like, oh, I figured it out. You got one video that just took off. And then after that, you're like, oh, how do I duplicate that? How do I get that to do that again?
There's so many things that you like. Every video that comes out, you're always analyzing and adjusting. You're learning something every single time. Sometimes though, like, and we teach this too, like, that it checked off all the dots, that there's no reason why it shouldn't done bad. So at those times, but we'll tell you when those times are, is just let it go, let it simmer. Who knows, in like 4 months that thing could blow up, but we double check, make sure that thumbnail is correct. We make sure that title is really good and captivating. We go back and we watch the hook, and then we go through the whole analysis of the back end, looking at the analytics. Were the traffic sources? How long did they stay on for? We're looking at all those things, so that way that they know, like, should they analyze and adjust it, or just let it simmer for a little bit before it takes off again? Because it will. I know there's a group of videos that I always know that will do well for my channel. And when one comes out and it totally takes a stinker, I'm like, I'm just going to let it cook. It will do fine. It will still get views. And it does. Those ones do.
We just get impatient sometimes, because we're like, oh, the one took off. It should be just like that every time. And it's not always the case. Sometimes even videos that can take up to 90 days before you even see anything happen.
Yeah. Some of our newer students that have just launched the channel, they're like, I put out a video and it's been 5 hours and I only have 7 views. I'm like, you just started your channel 2 days ago. Relax. It's gonna be fine.
Yeah. But they're excited and they want to put this stuff out. Yeah, they're excited. They want to put it out, but they're just like, it's hard, but it does pay off. But you just have to be patient and consistent when you've checked off all of the boxes to where it's like, okay, this is a good video.
I'm gonna share the this page. So this is our sales page. You guys can go to it. Just go to realestatevideogeeks.com, and there's other selections for you too. If you already feel like you're beyond this and you don't really want to take the course, you can just book a call with us. But I always am in the spirit of like always helping out the people that I know that really know how to do this. So you can book a consultation with me. You could book a consultation with Joe. A lot of times now that Joe and I do them with you, like we're together. But if we can't, it's just, you could pick one or the other. But we also have Malcolm on here. Now he teaches a completely different course than us. But we know what he's teaching is good information. So, look, he's over here, and Joe and Malcolm and I have always helped each other out. He's fantastic. If you want to book a call with him, you can do that here as well. So, yeah, I just want to show that to everybody. Oh, and look, you can get a free channel review. Oh, can you? Wow, free channel reviews.
That's what we're here today to do.
Yeah, we're going to be doing those today. We didn't have that many people that popped in this week. And one more thing too, I wanted to tell everybody that was watching. If you have a question about YouTube and you don't want to like say your name or show up on the screen over here, like you don't want your competitors to know who you are, but you'd like to ask a question, go ahead and fill out this form. I'm going to go ahead and just stick it in the chat right here. You can fill out that form, and we will
we'll get back to you.
Yeah, we'll just answer it live on the live stream, but we won't use your. So I just wanted to point that out. So you want to add anything?
No, I think that we covered most of it. Just that, you know, we really love what we do and we love helping people. And so that's the other thing is, like, for us, we truly find joy in helping. And when you guys have success, it really is exciting for us. And, you know, you're not just a number, you're part of a community. You become a geek. Just like we love that part of it, that we're a community and a family, and we want to help each other out. And that's what I love about it.
Yes. Yeah. You're a geek for life. We even gave out t-shirts at Vid Summit for our geeks. So, all right. Well, listen, I know everybody's tired of us plugging this, but I wanted
we're here for the free review.
Yeah, they're here for the free review. But one last thing I want to tell everybody is that our not this Thursday, but the following Thursday starts week 1 of our course. And I just wanted to let you know, if you were on the fence, this is the time to do it, because by next year, I don't think we're going to be keeping it at the same price point that we have it at now.
Right.
Joe may not know that, but
I'm just learning live right here.
Well, you know what you can, you know.
Yeah, it's how it goes. I'm usually the last to know anything, so it's all good.
All right. Joe has put in his channel a while back. We did review his channel a while back, but I don't know if he knew about where to find it located wise. You know, I think we were doing these channel reviews, and I don't think people knew to come over here to watch the live stream. And I just don't want to I don't want to promote a bunch of that stuff on Facebook. So I told him to private message me. He never did, but we're going to go ahead and review him. I told him we do first. All right. Perfect. Go ahead, Joe Eves. So you can go ahead and talk about Joe. So
really, really quickly, I would just say, you know, like, your subscribe, like, they know how to subscribe. Your subscribe and learn more about living in the Fraser Valley. I would, and then it's, you know, some of that I can't read underneath. I don't know what they're saying that is, but if you want the Remax balloon, maybe put it in the corner. Personally, I would just focus more on a landscape view of something. I know that it's kind of like, it looks like it's like a transparency, and then you can kind of see the background and you just put it there, but there's not really like a value proposition. There's not like a, hey, you know, at a glance, I know what this channel is about, other than it's about Fraser Valley living, which I don't really know that area, so it wouldn't make a lot of sense to me. So obviously, there's a few little things that I would tweak to make it more clear that if that's the area that you're focusing on, maybe, and I don't know if it's a small town, if it's I don't know. So, but have some kind of landscape. But I would do more of a value proposition of learn about the real estate in this area. If you're looking, to buy or sell real estate in Fraser Valley, this channel's for you. Some kind of value proposition rather than just like that.
I have to tell you how the mind can trick your eye. I didn't realize that his hand is sticking out right here.
Oh, it looks like his hand's kind of in his pocket a little bit, huh?
Yeah, I thought his arm was like this, like this.
Yeah.
And it took me a minute to catch that it wasn't that. That's actually his hand. I agree with you. I get this whole subscribe thing off of here. I would take off the social media, and you don't want them to click off here. You don't want them to stay on here unless they're going to your website. There is no value proposition, and I would make a clearer image in the back. So I'm with you 100%. All right. I don't mind his profile picture. I don't think that's terrible. I like it.
Yeah.
It's good enough. All right. Let's go to his about section really quickly. There's nothing in your about section that gives you any value to the person watching. Well, I don't understand what this is. Real estate content creator, Remax Realtor, real estate investor, foodie, lover of hockey. Take off foodie and lover of hockey. Nobody cares.
Yeah, like the description, it's like he's trying to do some bullet points or something, but like the description really should be like a description of what the channel's about and what they're going to get by being, on the channel.
And I would get rid of this Facebook and Instagram thing and just make sure you have I would put your website that leads to a landing page.
I think he's got a couple down there, but he's using the tiny URL, and then he's going to Facebook
Yep.
and Google and all of that.
Yeah, I'd get rid of all of this. The only thing you want them to do is to contact you. So only use a link that will take them to exactly what you want them to do, which is contact you. Nobody's going to go to your Facebook page and to be like, they'll go there to peruse your stuff just to be nosy, but you're not capturing their information then. If they're clicking on a website, you're capturing their information. It's following them.
Yeah, I think that's the hardest thing to like for people to wrap their brain around. Is it's such a simple thing to just have it go to a landing page, and then from there put your name, email, phone, and to book a call. Like that's really the purpose of the link at this point. It's not to browse the MLS, it's not to do that. If they've gone to the page and they're looking to contact you, you want to make it within one click that they can fill out information so that you can get notified to reach out to them, or to do a Calendly or a squeeze page to where you get notified and then you can reach out to them. It's such a simple thing, but so many people don't do it, and then it's missed opportunities for everyone that comes to it. And then does this Abbott Ford Homes, does that go to like a squeeze page of any sort? Because if it does, like where his tiny URL is, where does that go?
I'm looking. It takes you just to a generic website.
Yeah. So see, like that doesn't
help you.
No, I mean, yeah, great that they can see more stuff, but what you want them to do is click on it and put their information in so that you can call them. They're obviously on your channel, and if they're clicking to book a call, you've provided value in the video and your content to where they want to work with you.
Yep, I concur. All right, let's go into the thumbnails a little bit, and then we have another Joe. We're going to go to the next Joe right after this Joe.
Awesome. Lots of Joes here.
I didn't even know that name was that possible, or that that popular. I had no clue.
Average Joe now, Jeez.
I had no idea that was that. I had no clue. All right. Are you seeing his thumbnails? Are you seeing them here?
Yes.
All right. Let's just go over the first three, and then you give me your honest opinion. Let's go for that.
Okay. Are these home tours? Are they like, I don't know what they are. He likes to point a lot though.
Yeah, he's a pointer.
Yeah.
I'm assuming this one is a home tour. Beautiful home in one of Abbotsford best areas. This one's a home tour.
Yeah, so if he's doing a home tour, then really you should follow like see what like home tours that are getting a ton of views are doing. Like look at the thumbnails of what they're doing, and most of them are doing a beautiful view of the home. And I like he's definitely got the green grass and he's got the blue sky, but I would just do like a white $1.2 million and have that kind of go in and out between the roof line of the house, remove himself from it, remove East Abbotsford, and just have the price in the house if it's a home tour.
Right. And the other thing too is that I just
kind of on a weird angle too.
Right. Like even the positioning of him, he made himself bigger than the house. But what people are there to see is the house. So that he made the words huge, himself huge, and then made the house super tiny. If you're trying to get the message about the house, why would you make the house so tiny? Yeah. So another thing too is that if you look at these other two images, you want to use the rule of thirds when it comes to making thumbnails. And if you're going to put your face on there, make sure it takes up 1/3 of the thumbnail. If you're going to put your noggin on there, make sure it takes up 1/3 of the thumbnail. If not, I mean, there's no point of you just kind of look like this little tiny person. And then you have this fake car floating on the Don't do this.
Yeah, I think that it would look so much better, and I think it would, like, the idea is to get people to click on it. So you like really, if it's that like beautiful of a home, like showcase the home and get yourself out of there. Like I unless it's like you're actually like talking and you want to have your, you know, like your face on the thumbnail, do what Kristina is saying, like be in that rule of thirds, either on the left side, the right side, or right in the middle, but like so big that you can really see the white of your eyes really easy.
Yeah, not one of them do you have your melon big enough. Yep. Yeah, these ones are actually better. These
Yeah.
thumbnails these are better. Yep. Let's just see something. I want to see something. Well, they're getting about the same amount of views.
But look at the difference in length of the videos. Those are only like a minute long, and the newer ones
Gotcha.
are longer.
Yeah, but not too much. They're only like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Do you know what I've noticed lately is the home tours that are really like cranking out some serious views are the ones that are like 24 minutes. And
I was going to say super long views.
I'm convinced that it's people using it to relax.
They're watching on their TV and they're sitting on their couch.
Yeah, like an ASMR thing. Because I started reading the comments and I noticed that seemed to be the case. Like I just watch these to unwind, you know. Wild, huh?
Not like I'm watching this to get depressed that I can't afford it.
Yeah. All right, well, Joe, that will give you some places to start off. We're gonna go.
To do.
Yeah, you know what to do. All right, then we're gonna go to the next Joe. Another Joe last name beginning with P. Can you see this, Joe?
Yep, I can see it.
All right, like I'm trying to find. I've messed up my tabs here because I have 2 screens and I can't.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. I'm going to move you this over here so I can see. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. All right, Joe. I saw you in the chat. Hello, friends. If you're still here, you know, this is it. You can ask your questions live. Go ahead. You can ask them live. All right. So let's talk about his banner first. Local real estate guidance and advice and the latest listings. Unparalleled service combined with expert insight produces top results every time. All right, go ahead.
I mean, I like the picture in the background. I think that it could be a little more clear. I don't hate his banner. I mean, he's got at least some value there, and he's not like touting his name. He's saying, hey, I'm local real estate guidance and advice. So I don't necessarily know if the words. Yeah, I was going to say the color and the.
Yeah,
it's not bad. I don't necessarily think. Personally, I think you could get away with less on that. And if you wanted to fill out the rest of that in the description, that would be a great place for it.
Yeah. I love the picture and the way that he cut it out and stuff.
Yeah, it's very clear. His arm's not cut off.
Well, I mean, even if it was, but you see how he made it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the circle, like it fits, it works.
Yeah. So many people like do these weird pictures where they cut their arm off. It looks like someone cut it with a pair of scissors.
Yeah, I don't not like it at all. I think he could get the colors or the font a little bit bolder, a little thicker, maybe.
Yeah,
but it looks good. I think
it would look bolder if it didn't have so many words.
Yeah.
He said, "Thank you. I'll knock down the blur and Canva and update." No, I mean it's great. It's not terrible. I mean, honestly, we've seen some stuff.
Yeah,
this isn't bad. This is not bad. I like your profile picture too. Yep.
Yeah, it looks great.
And I know it's the same picture, but actually this picture looks much clearer than the one below it. He must have did some like sharpening and clarity on the one above it. Yeah, because you see how it's like it's almost
it's a little blurry on the other one on the wall. Yeah.
It
looks good though.
Yeah, I'm not mad about it. Let's go to his about section really quick. All right. Are you wondering what Claremont and the surrounding areas, surrounding communities have to offer? And would like to live in St. Gabriel Valley? Well, this is the channel that you need. You know, I'm gonna say something that I don't normally say. I'm going to tell you, are you wondering about what Claremont? I would put Claremont, California. And the only reason I'm going to say that is because there are other areas of Claremont in around the country. There's like an area in Florida called Claremont. So I immediately thought this was about Claremont, Florida, because that's what I know. So I just, in that first sentence, just make it clear that it's California. Just that's all I wanted to point out. Yeah, but you know what though? His whole description here.
Yeah, it's more about the viewer, which is great.
All about the viewer. Do you have any questions? Don't hesitate to reach out. I put your phone number here. If you want, like some kind of business number, if you have a Google number, I'd put your phone number here so they can figure out how to get a hold of you and your email.
Yep. And then definitely verify your account so that the link is clickable.
Yep. All right. So we have his official website, Instagram. Get your Instagram and Facebook off there. I'm very emphatic about that. That must stop. I'm trying to go to his website, but it's taking forever to load this. Oh, here we go. Oh, this isn't going to a landing page. You need this to go to a landing page. This is just going to a page where they can look up property.
Go up above, go back up real quick and see where it says contact Joe. Click that.
All right.
I would even have it just go to that link. See if you can pull that up.
Yeah, I wonder if there's a
I'm sure it's just it looks like a pop-up, but I'm sure there's a link that you could put. If that's what you have, that's what I would put, is when they click that, it goes right to that.
I was just seeing if maybe I could click on it and then it would end up being the copy of the.
It probably isn't, because it's like it looks like it's like one of those templated websites that the company provides.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Well, I'm gonna change that, Joe. I would change that. Okay, so let's go over to Joe's thumbnails. Excuse me, I burped. Oh yeah, we've done this one. We've done this channel before.
We still see the other screen.
Oh no, you're supposed to see what I see.
There we go.
He's taking notes. All right, we've done this channel before. This was a great thumbnail. But I remember I gave you the pointer of, yes, this is a great thumbnail and it was very successful. But one thing that you want to be clear on is it's successful today. Because if a video is over 2 years old, doesn't mean that the thumbnail images that were successful 2 years ago are going to work today. You have to keep up to date with what's working as far as thumbnails and what people are clicking on today. All right. The other one is Claremont Village. Don't miss seeing this. This is Claremont. I don't like this title on this one. Claremont Village, and then a / don't miss seeing this is Claremont. This doesn't even make sense. So, and not only that, you're repeating the title on your thumbnail. Give them a reason to click on it, right? So I would take the wording Claremont Village completely off of that thumbnail altogether. And then I would have like an arrow with a word like wow or must see or something like that, pointing to something in the imagery that you're using, right?
Yeah, if there's like a something that is very distinct for Claremont, like have that as part of your thumbnail with the arrow engaging that.
Right. And then I would change this title. This double title thing is terrible. No, this reads like an encyclopedia. You want your title to read something that people would interest people. So I would say, no one ever tells you about Claremont Village. You don't want to miss this. That makes more sense. Not only that, it's really exciting and engaging.
It's engaging. Miss what? I need to click on that to see what they're talking about.
Yep. Yeah.
It's what we talk about is making your titles more juicy. So you want it to be like that, if you're going, and remember, you only have a few seconds for them to get a gauge of what the video is about, and your thumbnail and that title are going to be huge. You asked a question, how long or how many times can you change the thumbnail? You can change the thumbnail out a lot. What you really want to do is really focus in on your title so you don't change that very much. It's really more tweaking your thumbnail to get something that will get the reactions. But if you have a good title, which that title needs to be adjusted, once you change it, you really should just be tweaking the thumbnail.
Yep. I will change a thumbnail and I'll keep messing with a thumbnail before I'll change a title. Now, if it's still just tanking, then I'll change that title.
Yeah. But something to think about, this is kind of, and this is what we teach in the course, is you should have a couple thumbnails in queue before you even upload your video. Like you're like, okay, if this one doesn't take off, or if this doesn't do it, then upload this one. And it just may be a slight variation of what that thumbnail is.
Yeah. Joe, you can watch this in a repeat, but I would just make it something like what no one ever tells you about Claremont Village. Don't miss this.
Yeah. And then you have like a big arrow and something. You don't have Claremont Village on your thumbnail.
Yeah, don't write the word.
Yeah, and if you're gonna do like just the data has shown that a happy face is not gonna get as many clicks as a concerned, pissed off. You know, those types of looks that are more on the negative side of things, you're going to get more engagement than someone that's really happy. Because guess what? People right now are not happy. They're not happy with real estate. They're pissed off right now because rates are expensive, homes are expensive. And if you're going like, yeah, everything's great, they're going to be like, oh, you're one of those realtors that are just raking it in right now.
Yeah, you're just saying that because you're still making money, you know, like you're making so much bank off of everybody.
Yeah.
They always think that.
You want them to be like, you feel their pain, you know what they're going through, and you're their confidant. And that's what can be, you can show that through an image. Like they say a picture's worth 1,000 words. Like your expression can really change your click-through rate on your thumbnails.
Mm-hmm. I concur. I hope that that helped you there, Joe. Do we? I hope we don't have any more Joes, man.
there might be more.
I'm sick of the Joes. All right. I'm just teasing. All right. Pittsburgh's realtor. Your real estate dreams are within reach. Michael Pastor. We did him last week, I'm pretty sure.
I think we did.
Yeah, we did this channel already. Mike, if you we did this yesterday. Last week.
It was yesterday. I'm already out of it.
Oh, I know. Like the days all run together. We got another one. We can pick another one. Here we go. Da-da-da. Oh, that's our Joe. Joe. All right.
You have another Joe?
No, now we have a Kristina.
There we go.
That is the superior name, may I say.
All right. Was it spelled this superior way?
No. Where's her banner? I didn't even know you could have a channel without a banner.
Yeah, you just don't upload the artwork. But remember, I think in this one she said that be nice, it's brand new.
Yeah. So just you can create a banner. There's like all sorts of banner images that you could use to make a banner. I mean, if you're not really handy with it, just go on Fiverr and hire somebody, because the banner in the grand scheme of things is not that important. But what I'll tell you is that I would use, if it was me starting a brand new channel, I would have an imagery of the area that you're going to sell in the background. I would have your face on it, and I would have a simple value proposition to the people that will be watching your content. That's all you need on your banner. We tell the people that all the time. All the extra stuff that you're putting on there, if you need to happen to have the fair housing symbol or any kind of logos that relate to your brokerage or anything, move those all the way to the left-hand corner of the banner itself. Just, focus on the customer towards the center. Go on Fiverr, just hire somebody. It's very inexpensive. Very. Yeah. All right, let's look at her about section.
I like her profile picture.
Very cute. Yep. Very cute. She just joined. Oh man, she just joined October 20th.
Yeah. I was like, I think it's pretty new.
Well, at least she verified her channel. Look, she's already got
Yeah.
highlighted. Yep, she did that. All right. So this is the what she's sharing right here. Oh, she's as cute as a button. Of course she is, because she's a Kristina. Can you see her website here?
Yeah, I can see it. What I
Yep.
can't see is where I can put my information to get a hold of her.
I was just gonna say that this is all about you, Kristina, but it's not showing. I would redo this. I would redo this where it collects their information, because this is all for about you, but it's not really for them. And you want to capture their information, unless you have some kind of pixel on this that captures their information. I would make this a landing page. It's really super cute. The other thing I want to tell you this really quick. These are really interesting little statistics for people, but you cut your arm off here with a pair of scissors. This is Kristina Smallhorn's biggest pet peeve.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to use this in marketing, make sure it makes sense, or it doesn't look weird where it cuts off your arm. Never,
And
ever, ever.
yeah, if you really like that picture, then just clone part of it and just finish out the rest of it. She's not quite done with it yet. So.
Oh, okay. And then put your image here. Yeah, she's not.
Yeah, that's like yeah. She hasn't edited. She hasn't put the rest of the information in yet.
All right, let's go back to her little page here. All righty. All right, let's go to videos. Okay, Florida's first tourist attraction, River House Tour. So I think you need to make, like, I know you're brand new, but I want you to really kind of put into perspective, who is it you're trying to make videos for? Because right now, are you a tourist channel, or are you a house tour channel? Like, what is your goal? Is this an education channel? I think that's what you need to figure out, and figure out who you're making videos for. Because right now you're doing what I did, which was spaghetti against the wall method. I just kept making videos about real estate. I'm like, I know my niche, it's real estate. That doesn't really work. You're gonna have to tailor that down a little bit. One thing about your thumbnails here, it's cut off at the top, just like I was showing on your arm on the other one, and it's cut off here too. I know that seems like it's minor, but believe it or not, people really do notice that kind of stuff. I would just make your image bigger here, where if you made it big enough, it would actually just cover up the cutoff part.
You can do it on both, like her head and her arm.
Exactly. It would cover up your head and your arm. So, Joe, you want to add anything?
I think so. What I would do is like exactly what Kristina is talking about, is identify your niche. Like what type of real estate are you doing? What content are you providing? And then when you understand that, and you can kind of dig down into like the type of real estate that you're going to do. And I don't mean like your location, like your niche is not your location. So like it needs to be, are you doing relocation? Are you doing first time home buyers? Are you doing luxury? Are you doing, like those types of ideas? And then go and search for videos that are doing those things, and look at the thumbnails of people that are doing them, that are getting lots and lots and lots of views, and mimic that. Like if you're just starting out, that's probably the advice that I would give you right off the bat, because there are some people that are doing like content like what you're making, but they're getting lots and lots of views. So I would do a little bit of research on YouTube and see who's doing, the types of videos that like for the niche that you want, and then mimic it, and add your own, flair to it. But there's a reason that they make a thumbnail a certain way. There's a reason they title it a certain way, and how they even film the video a certain way, is because it's getting lots and lots of views.
I think she's thinking this is more like other social media, because
these
other videos are not even related to real estate at all. So I know that you're new, so I want you to like understand that YouTube is just, think of it like television, right? So if you watch ESPN and then all of a sudden they started baking cookies on there, you would have a lot of TikTok dudes, because they come there to talk about and hear about sports. So this is a real estate channel. So you have to be very specific that it remains about real estate, because like all these other little shorts doesn't have anything to do with real estate.
Yeah. And you can get away with that on other social media. Like you can get away with that on Reels. You can get away with it on TikTok, but with YouTube, you need to have a specific topic. And like if you're doing like real estate, you're doing real estate. Yes, you can have playlists of different aspects of real estate, but you really want to niche down to a specific thing and get really, really good at that. That's how you get massive growth. Not this is kind of like a spaghetti against the wall and you're hoping that something like takes off. But even if it did take off, is it going to help you in your real estate career? Probably not, because it's not really talking about real estate.
Yeah. Well, Kristina, that will with the coolest name on the planet, because all the cool girls named Kristina. That will give you some things to start off on, and I invite you to come back again when you have a little bit more content, and
you can submit another request. We'll definitely do another review. We'll do as many reviews as you want.
Yep. Sometimes they get lost in the sauce because Joe hasn't organized it, so you have to remind us in the chat.
And there I am getting thrown under the bus again on live streams.
Do you hear
back up and bump over me? It's okay, no big deal.
All right, here we are to the next one. All right, Carl Guild and Associates, the future of real estate. The future of real estate. I don't hate his banner.
Yeah, it's simple, it's clean, it's really clean.
Yeah, is it all that in a bag of chips? No. But is it terrible? Absolutely not. Like you can see
you know what he's doing.
Yeah. I guess if I was just to say anything, I'd move this house to the left and this house to the right, because it's facing the wrong direction. It's facing going out this way. So you want the house facing towards you, right? So I'd move that house over to the right, and then this one over to the left. And then maybe pull it down just a little bit where you don't see the blue trim at the very bottom. But I mean, that's like, I'm really being nitpicky. You can just tell me to just kick off if you want me to. All right, let's go to Carl's profile picture is just fine too. If you wanted to stand out a little bit more, you might want to change the background from a white to a different color, and that's again me nitpicking. All right, Joe, you know what I'm going to say about the about section.
I know. Make it about the viewer and not about you. Yes. No one cares that you're a nationally recognized realtor broker in Connecticut. What they care about is how can you help them?
Yep. And you're talking about yourself in third person. His real estate expert, like there's somebody else writing this for you. If you want to connect with them, make it sound like you're talking to them, not like they're reading a book about you. Right?
Yeah. And I would like, so this is the thing is like, this is part of why we do these live streams, is because no one's taught them to do it any different. Like all the coaches, all the people are like, you've got to fold your arms and you got to look like and you've got to do this and you got to there's all these things that they tell you. And it's like, you have to understand that YouTube is different. Like they want you to be authentic. They want you to be you. And when that's how people gravitate toward you, is when you are yourself. And yes, great that you have done all these things, which means you're experienced. So is if you can talk to them with your experience and give them value, then they're going to reach out to you and want to work with you. Not because they read your description and said, oh my gosh, like I got to work with this guy. They're going to be like, he provided so much value and he understands this market so well. And I really like him. Like the thing that the biggest thing that I think you'll notice, and when it happens, is that when you get leads from YouTube, it is unlike any other lead that you'll get online. YouTube leads are people that already have made up their mind that they want to work with you. Like other leads, you have to work for a year and then they have no loyalty. These leads are so much more than just a name. They're people that have usually watched you for a while and said, you know what, I really like what this person's saying. I really like what this person's doing. You've built the trust, and now they want to reach out and work with you. And I think that's the thing that people, like, especially agents, aren't quite grasping, is that if you'll just provide value and you're consistent, you'll get leads. And the leads that you get will be people that even if you don't work in that area that they're moving to, they will trust you with a referral.
If you were making a channel for specifically real estate agents to try to like build up your business, this second paragraph would make sense. Because nobody, I promise you, with every fiber of my being, somebody buying a house does not care that you have 80 agents and growing. They just don't care. I would take this complete thing off of here and I'd rework this whole thing. All you have to do is copy, paste it in Chat GPT and say, please make this more customer focused so I can tell them what my channel's about, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's go over to the videos really quick. So, all right, Joe, we're gonna view the first 3 thumbnails.
They're so busy. Like at least the first one is really busy. You're repeating yourself on the thumbnail and the title. The title is not juicy at all. It's pretty boring. Like there's ways that you can engage them just by changing them. But I would definitely work on adding. Like I actually don't mind the brokerage fee, but he's mixed messaging. Like I don't like, is he talking to realtors? Or is he talking about, like, because he's got brokerage training and then he's got moving too. These really should be 2 totally separate channels.
This is the antithesis of spaghetti against a wall. This is exactly what my channel looked like back in 2019 because I listened to too many people. You really need to focus on who you want who are you really making these videos for? Are you looking for this channel to connect with buyers, sellers, new home construction, or are you using this channel to connect with other real estate agents? One or the other. They're 2 totally different people. It's like I said earlier, it's just like television. Nobody goes to ESPN for the for watching cooking stuff, Nobody's going to come to your channel that's for real estate, for real estate agents and then hear your market report. Like I know in your brain you think that works, but it really does not. It doesn't connect to the same person. When you're talking to real estate agents, just think about this. When you're talking to real estate agents in the room and you have a bunch of other people that aren't real estate agents and you guys are just palling it up, talking about the market, talking about clients, those other people feel left out.
They're lost.
What you're doing with, they're lost. And that's what you're doing with your videos.
The other thing that goes even, right along with that, but even on a deeper level is like you're convinced, like confusing the algorithm. It's like, well, I don't even know who to show this to. Because if you understand YouTube's goal is they want to keep the viewer on the platform longer. So they're going to essentially put your message in front of the right people. But if you don't have a consistent message to the same niche or the same people, then you're not going to get any views. And this is exactly like what's happening. I mean, there's just hardly any views at all because you haven't clarified your message. You need to decide, number 1, what kind of channel it's going to be. And then 2, make content exclusively for that.
Mm-hmm. I concur. We actually had a question that came in. This is pretty good. Do you think that it's an advantage to add in a sentence or 2 about your personal interests in order to build some sense of personal connection? No.
You can do that in your videos though. So like when you're making your video, and if you want to include that, that you like a certain sport or something and it fits within it. Like for example, let's say that your niche is 55 and older, or you live in a retirement community, kind of like I do. If I were to talk about pickleball in my real estate video, that would be advantageous of something that I like to do, but it also is a draw for people that want to move to St. George because pickleball is really big here. So like you can take things that you like to do in the areas and you can pepper them in your content, but it's not something where you're not going to win them over because you wrote a sentence in a description. It's really more about like, what's the content that you're creating and how can you be part of your authentic self, but also providing value of on a larger scale of why they're watching your channel. Like, what are they there for? What are you educating them for?
Yep. Yep. You know what we're educating people for?
To join.
We're educating people to join our course because again, we're starting with week 1 next Thursday, not this coming up Thursday, next Thursday. You can join. There's 3 ways for you to join. You can either do the $97 one, which is basically if you don't know anything about YouTube, you could do your teach yourself, which is $9.97, or you can do lifetime group coaching. You will always have us. It's not just for the 8 weeks. We were there for you forever. And that is just under $3,000 at $2,997. So go over there today, sign up. I mean, honestly, it's not that expensive in comparison to what most of these courses are.
I would even say like the value that you're going to get. Like it's like this stuff can change your whole trajectory if you want to be doing more deals, getting more leads, and not having to
better quality.
Yeah, I was just going to say that you're not having to like work for like a year and then they show up to town and use someone else because they have no loyalty. Like this is the best way to do it, to build yourself up, and to, it works. Like if you do good content, it will work continually for you.
And these are like, I didn't even know this was on here, but here's some of the things that you can get on there.
You didn't even know it was on the page.
I didn't know this was on over 75 lessons. I didn't know you had our thumbnails and everything on here. But
oh yeah, I put all that stuff on there.
If you haven't caught a theme, we stick in. We go with the geeky.
We're a little geeky.
We are very geeky, but we love to geek out on YouTube. That's like seriously our. When I came up with this name, he's like, perfect. We'll stick with it. We'll stick with it.
We're both geeks.
Rebecca just signed up for it. Rebecca's gonna be on there.
Yep.
I'm excited for her. Rebecca, hi, Mecca, hiney, ho.
She says, don't delay, sign up today.
Oh, that rhymed. Oh, you should be on our marketing team, my friend.
We have a team?
Yeah, me and you. So anyways, all right, everybody, we'll see you next Thursday. Don't forget, we could always give you a channel review next week. You can fill out the form at any time though. So if you fill it out after the stream, we generally try to get to them. So just to let you know.
Joe, to answer your question, this is a like a 7 to 8 week course, and then we just start it over every 7 weeks, and usually we'll have like 1 week in between that the students can ask questions, and then most of them will just jump right back on and be a part of it. But if you're a new student, because you're new, you get preference on the live calls.
Yep, the first half of the live calls always go to the new students first. Second half of the live calls go to the students that have already been through the course. And that's when we start reviewing their thumbnails, their titles, all that kind of stuff. They've already finished it. They've already completed it. So the first half is always for the people for the section that we're going through on the course at that time.
But yeah, you can join anytime. Yeah, you can join anytime. But if you join when we first start, then you get to go through the whole cycle instead of getting it like into week 3 or 4, and then then you're playing catch up.
We just had some people that joined, I think like literally 4 weeks ago, and they're still showing up to the Zoom calls because you kind of learn things through osmosis. Right. You start hearing some things and you're like, oh, I didn't know that. So when it does become that time that we go through one section by section, you're like, oh yeah, I heard that before. So,
yeah. And then you might, because a lot of it also is like one of those things where there's so much information and it's so different than what most courses, every course besides Channel Jumpstart, like it teaches it a totally different way to where your brain hurts because you're like, it just does not make sense when you have to unlearn what you learned.
Yeah, Joe would be fine though because he's pretty new to it. He hasn't been corrupted yet.
Not yet. Hey, keep joining the live streams. It's totally fine.
Yeah. Rebecca's been joining the live streams. It took her a while before she could join the course, and now she's able to. There's nothing wrong with that. There's been a few of people that have waited until they, either had the money or the confidence to do it. So, I mean, we're always here for you no matter what. So, all right, everybody. Thanks so much. We'll see you next Thursday. Be good. Stay out of trouble. Don't talk to strangers and keep filming. So long. Oh, wait. We didn't do music. Wait, hold on. I got to do music.
She's going to be like dancing.
Yeah, we got to do, it's like, there we go.
Wait, is this the same one that we do every time?
No, this is a different one. This is more chill. This is like wind down time.
Take a nap.
Yeah, it's called daydreaming. So, all right, everybody. Bye.